Good morning, everyone. Can you gather around, please? Good morning and welcome. Thank you for attending our second annual Flag for Heroes ceremony. My name is Joe Bellina, and I'm currently the president of the Robbinsville Hamilton Rotary Club. As we do with all Rotary matters, please join me in salute to the flag. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I will now call on Miss Natalie Megulis to lead us in our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was outstanding. Thank you. Let me begin by conveying our club's deep sense of gratitude to the folks here at Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital in Hamilton. Thank you. Without you and your endless cooperation and backing, I'm not quite sure we could conduct an event and fundraiser of this magnitude that supports our many community causes. Our club cherishes the relationship that we have nurtured over the generations, and we hope it may continue for generations to come. You have been a staple of our community for 50 years. Congratulations for reaching this milestone. Our best wishes for the next 50. I would like now to introduce Mr. Richard Freeman, President and Chief Executive Officer here at the hospital. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you all for coming out today. It was a very special. Don't touch it. You don't let me. That means that I can't speak very long, so you should be happy about that. But I'm here to just sort of welcome you and thank you all for your participation. I remember last year when I got up and spoke, I said that this was going to be a really special event. And last year, without really any major publicity or any major notification about this event, we had 200 flags raised here. And I predicted that this is going to be a special event, and that in the upcoming years that it's going to become even more successful. And we almost went by a third more of flags. We now have 300 flags raised here on our campus. And so 300, so thank you all for that. Give yourself a round of applause for that. That is just wonderful. I want to thank Diane Grillo, who really coordinated with the Rotary and made this day possible. It was the vision of the Rotary and her to really make this something special, and thank you, Diane, for that. We have in our presence, we have our board member, Greg Blair, board of the hospital, and our soon-to-be vice chair of the board, Michael Pratico. Michael, over there. Looking very dapper. In his little cap. It looks very, very cute.
Because I have no hair.
Oh, it's not like it keeps him warm. It keeps him warm. I wanted to just mention that this is our 50th anniversary, 50 years serving this community, and we're so excited to be part of the Hamilton community. You can really think about back in 1971 when we were just Hamilton, Trenton General in Trenton, New Jersey, and now look at this campus, look at this beautiful campus. We wouldn't be able to put up 300 flags like this if it wasn't for the size and location of this campus. So all of you should be very proud to be part of this hospital and part of this community. It's a wonderful, caring community that really gives back to each other, and for that I thank all of you. And I'm just here to say thank you to the Rotary for their support and their efforts, and I want to wish all of you, sincerely from my family to you, a happy holiday season. I know it's hard to believe that we're coming out of COVID. This is it. We're done. Get your boosters. Get your rest of your shots. We're out of it. We're going to have events. We're all going to be together, and we're not going to be cloistered into little units anymore. So please get your vaccines. And I want to again wish you a healthy, happy holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, anything that you celebrate, please be together with your family. Oh, see, it's the end, and now the microphone works. Thank you very much.
The Robbinsville Hamilton Rotary Club was founded approximately 30 years ago. We have a long and even rich history in undertaking projects that address problems, challenges, and needs throughout the area. We have even spread our generosity and our talents to areas overseas that some of us may not have known existed, or to places we may never even visit. The members of our club, the Robbinsville Hamilton Rotary Club, are daily living reminders of Rotary International's motto of service above self. At this point, I simply want to thank and applaud the yeoman efforts expended by this year's committee. The committee built upon the successes of last year's maiden voyage. Many hours were spent on preparing the field, cleaning the poles, straightening the poles, notifying the media, providing refreshments, keeping fastidious records, and even drilling holes in rock-hard ground for these flagpoles. On behalf of so many of the club members, flag purchasers, sponsors, please thank these folks for their tireless and selfless efforts, which has resulted in such a display of patriotic art, particularly on the eve of Veterans Day. Thank you very, very much. Last Saturday provided another opportunity to say, mission accomplished. Under a threat of ominous weather, the Brigade of Rotarians waged on and installed all 300 flags and signs. We had volunteer assistance from a youth chapter of SEWA International, students from Robbinsville, and even family and friends of Rotarians. I think it had been reported that over 80 volunteers appeared that day to help us complete this, really in record-setting time. As club member Wally Saka said on, I think, Tuesday of this week, had it not been for the volunteers, we'd still be there putting them up. Those same words would probably ring true today. We would still be setting them up. The outpouring of support from our sponsors has been absolutely amazing. Look around you. There are 300 flags in this field today, all of which were purchased in some capacity to make this dream come true. In addition to liking our cause for this year's program, I would like to think that this success is a ringing endorsement and a show of confidence in our club's abilities to face countless and sometimes even daunting challenges. Thank you. A major theme of this year's Flags for Heroes campaign is to send a hero home for the holidays. We'll get into this momentarily. This year, as the year before, we asked our Rotarians to sell flags to friends and family, so those wishing to support our mission could also acknowledge someone who had a profound impact, a profound influence in their lives. Maybe we were really asking them to tell the story of America. I'm sure there are no two flags that tell the same story. Perhaps one tells the story of a dedicated medical worker who selflessly cared for us at the risk of their own safety. Perhaps another informs us of a time a police officer sacrificed their own life to save the lives of those they are sworn to protect. Perhaps we even learn of the time that a firefighter enters a burning building not knowing what dangers await in a quest to extricate someone in need. And of course, I'm sure there are stories of many military heroes who paid the ultimate price to safeguard our freedom and the freedom of the oppressed. For those stories are as unique as the flaps and furls of these very flags as they dance in the breeze of a free and prosperous community. And even though our POW flag was lost to a senseless act of vandalism yesterday, the braveness and courage of those heroes it represents remains foremost in our hearts and mind. Under Title IV of the United States Code, the U.S. Flag Code calls for the U.S. flag to be raised at sunrise and lowered at sunset, except in the case of presenting a patriotic expression of respect for the flag and all it stands. This exception calls for the flag to be lighted at times of darkness. On behalf of the entire Rotary Club, I would like to thank Mayor Jeff Martin and the Township of Hamilton for providing us the requisite portable lighting during our display period here at the intersection of Whitehorse Hamilton Square and Clockner Roads. The Mayor's support for Rotary and this and other efforts is much appreciated. He is truly a public servant in the highest order and a friend to Rotary. He's joined by his wingman today, Councilman Ty and Councilman Papero. Jeff, if you would, please.
Thank you, Joe, and congratulations to you on taking on the presidency this year of a fantastic organization. Since Mayor Freed's not here, I'll call it the Hamilton Robbinsville Rotary, especially since we're in Hamilton today. But you heard from Richard Freeman and obviously Joe Bellina about community. And you heard that word over and over again, and that's what it takes to do a project of this magnitude, of this size, to have over 300 flags displayed for multiple weeks in proper form. And it's that partnership between the hospital, between our nonprofit organizations such as the Rotary, between the township, that we're able as a Hamilton and Robbinsville community to show our patriotism, to show our love for our fellow man and woman, and to show our appreciation for those who are currently serving our country and have served our country before. And that's what these organizations are all about. That's what we as a Hamilton community stand for and support. And so on behalf of the 90+ thousand people in Hamilton, I want to thank the Rotary, I want to thank the hospital for putting on this event, for making it successful. And as Richard Freeman talked about, we want to grow it even more next year. I think the hospital may run out of land, but that's probably a good thing. We'll buy more light poles if we have to. But we want to build on this each and every year. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for your support to this endeavor. Thank you to the committee who put in countless hours to make this a successful event. And I appreciate being here today.
With the sincerest regret, Mayor Dave Freed cannot be with us here today. Unfortunately, his flight has been delayed. Mayor Freed has shown to us time and time again to be a consistent partner with our club for many years. He's sorely missed, and we wish him safe sojourns. I would also like to acknowledge today Senator Linda Greenstein and Assemblyman Wayne D'Angelo. They've always been a steadfast advocate of our work. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Wayne, for being here once again today. When we began our campaign this year, we found a willing partner with the Mercer County Military Action Council. The Mercer County Military Action Council is a nonprofit organization that is formed to support the service members of the mission of Joint Base McGuire, Dix, Lakehurst, as well as active duty personnel, reservists, guardsmen, veterans, and their respective families. I would like to introduce to you Regina Arcuri, the chair of the council. Regina.
What a privilege to be here today. Wow, what a spectacular sight all these flags are. So many heroes represented on each flag, and some heroes here in this audience too. To briefly give a bit of background on the Mercer County Military Action Council, Vice Chair Bill Cleve and I created MCMAC, a nonprofit organization, so we could share the knowledge we obtained through the Honorary Commander Program at Joint Base McGuire-Dix-Lakehurst, and make a difference in the lives of service members and their families with a focus in Mercer County. Bill and I joined forces with Alan Gilmore and David Lauer, all of us from Mercer County, to form the Council's Executive Board earlier this year. It was at our first meet and greet this past summer that our paths crossed with Mr. Joseph Bellina, President of Rotary Robbinsville, Hamilton. Since that meetup in July, the Rotary Club has not left our side, sharing in our dedication to improving the lives of military and veteran families. It was also at that time that President Bellina approached MCMAC wanting to help in any way his club could to support the missions and goals of Joint Base McGuire-Dix-Lakehurst and lighten the load of those that serve our country. We worked together on a plan, and that's how we came to where we are here today. We thank President Bellina and the entire Rotary Club for embracing our mission and for being military friendly. We thank the many volunteers behind the scenes that got the word out about the Flags for Heroes campaign and the many volunteers that came out to display 300 flags in honor of so many heroes. I was here that day, and I will never forget what I saw. So many volunteers helping without hesitation, all treating the flag with great respect as they delicately placed it in its holder. Teams of volunteers were incredibly organized, very disciplined. It would even make the military proud. I am sure I echo all here today when I say how impressive this event is, and applaud the Rotary's commitment to honor military service and those that others find their heroes. MCMAC is thrilled that the Rotary Robbinsville Hamilton has selected MCMAC to share in some of the proceeds of the second annual Flags for Heroes campaign. We will use donations to send home a hero for the holidays that otherwise would not be able to afford it. Thank you.
Mr. Greg Cruz has 30-plus years serving our nation as both an Air Force military and civilian attorney. His legal specialties are international and military operations law. His work has taken him around the world, doing work in Spain, Korea, Nepal, Bangladesh, Bolivia, Guatemala, and many other countries. Mr. Cruz retired from the Air Force in 2011 and currently serves as the Chief of Civilian and Operations Law at the United States Air Force Expeditionary Center. He is a proud American and is here today to talk about the Send a Hero Home for the Holidays program.
All right, well, unfortunately you heard that I am an attorney. Don't hold it against me. Asking an attorney to speak for no more than 5 minutes is like telling a lion trainer, today we don't have lions, we're going to be training kittens and cats. I will do my best to stay on time. What a beautiful, artistic representation of the love that we have for our heroes, our military heroes. Joe, this is absolutely gorgeous. Rotary Club, as a military member, and who has a father who is in my mind, a great military hero. He passed away a couple years ago, served in Vietnam for a year, died because of complications related to being in Vietnam. This is a great tribute to all those men and women who've served our country. Thank you, Rotary Club. Give yourselves a hand. Love you people. I'm here to talk about Send a Hero Home for the Holidays. If you've never heard of it, it's been going on for 9 years. We started out a handful of your local Knights of Columbus members. Those who don't know Knights of Columbus, it's a Catholic men's fraternity. we're talking about what can they do to help young military members, especially the most junior, who tend to have a little bit of hardship around the holidays, Thanksgiving to soon after the New Year's. They came up with this concept called Send a Hero Home for the Holidays. That first year, we were able to send, and we were very proud of ourselves, 8 E3, those are the 3 lowest ranks, military members from McGuire home for the holidays, wherever their home was in the continental United States. It's been 9 years. In that time, thanks to people like the Rotary and your organization and many other folks in this community and around the New Jersey area, we have sent almost 1,000, this year we'll go to 1,000, E3s and below, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Coast Guard, active duty Guard Reserve, who live in New Jersey or are assigned to work in New Jersey, to the tune of $500,000. So that's quite amazing. Last year, because of COVID-19, I had called the head chaplain on the base and said, look, we know that it's very restrictive gatherings. Military members are really restricted on going home. So it's been hard, but we came up with the decision we're not going to do Send a Hero Home for the holidays. The chaplain about screamed at me on the phone, Greg, no, let me call you back in a few minutes. Okay, so I hung up the phone. 15 minutes later, I get a call. The commander of the installation says, do not cancel. It is considered by them the best morale program JDMDL has going. So thank you, Rotary, for supporting. Thank you for supporting all the folks here who are aware of Send a Hero Home for the holidays, who know what we do. I cannot tell you how many amazing stories I have heard and continue to hear from military members who are able to go home in that very, very difficult first or second year away from home, and we're sending them home to oftentimes to see their spouse that they haven't seen in a year or 6 months, to see a parent or a grandparent who's it's going to be their last holiday and they weren't able to go. We didn't give them some money to pay for their ticket. Those kinds of stories, I hear them all the time. They're beautiful. I wish I had more than 5 minutes to share a whole bunch of those stories with you, but there's always next year. And we're looking for any support we can get. 100% of the money we receive goes towards supporting this program. We have a large group of volunteers who manage the whole process, building our site on the internet, as well as doing the travel agency work. The money that they get as travel agents goes back into the program 100%. It is an amazing program. I hope you can support it, and hope we continue to support this. And I think you're right, sir, if this program has gone from 200 to 300 flags in 1 year, like the Knights of Columbus program, Send a Hero for Holidays, this is going to be covering the whole property here eventually. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, Greg. Lastly, please welcome Master Sergeant Christopher D. Mack. He is the Readiness Flight Chief, 6th Airlift Squadron, Joint Base McGuire-Dix, Lakehurst, New Jersey. Master Sergeant Mack is a key advisor to the unit commander on the readiness capabilities and the tactical employment of 173 aircrew members in the support of worldwide mobility operations. He hails from Hightstown and has served as an instructor loadmaster on the C-17A aircraft for over 14 years. Sergeant?
I want to test that mic. First, I want to thank everyone for coming out, being invited to such an event. Try to use my regular voice. I think I talked about it. Boom, right? So I want to thank everybody for coming out. This is a wonderful event. When I heard about this event, I heard it's going to be in Mercer County, where I'm from. I want to give thanks to actually Mercer County. I want to thank Mercer County, especially you fine folks, for help guiding me and developing me in such my formative years to actually be the person in front of you. As we talk about the flag and what it kind of means to us, I can tell you what it kind of means to me, kind of these instances that I had in my career where maybe kind of reflect on what this actually kind of means. I've been to over 50 countries in support of a fine nation. I'm an aircraft loadmaster. You guys probably hear it sometimes. It might keep you up at night, right? It's probably me. I've had the privilege to be over 50 plus countries, 6 continents. I've seen the world. I've seen the pyramids. seen the places to buy, and it's been awesome. But most importantly, I've always brought home, which is Jersey, and I always brought the flag with me. On our actual aircraft, on our tail signal, we have the American flag. We actually have the McGuire tail flash that represents where we're from. So I just want to make sure you guys feel proud. Because when it comes to Veterans Day, we talk about Veterans Day, we always thank the service member. Very seldom do we think about the actual family, the wives, the sisters, the brothers, who actually sacrifice as well. So I personally want to give thanks as we talk about this Veterans Day and also again for this holiday season. So I can't really thank you enough. I'm so proud to be from Jersey, so proud to be from Mercer County, get the opportunity to tell you fine folks how much you actually mean to me. Normally people tell me how much they thank you for my service. So I just want to thank you again. I think we have a flag, actually we want to fly. We're going to make this 301. I'm going to take this on our aircraft, we'll fly it, and we'll actually make sure we plan it and we'll add to the collection. I appreciate it. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Master Sergeant Mack. Our ceremony is coming to a close. Once again, thanks to our sponsors, flag purchasers, Rotarians, and volunteers for all your support. We even have 3 firefighters from nearby West Windsor. Captain Ken Fisher, firefighter Carlos Yepes, and Daniel Torres as well. Thank you very much for joining us today. I would also like to thank our gold sponsors, our gold event sponsors, for their significant contributions to this. Of course, we have Mr. Freeman of the hospital. We have Mr. Carl Archer of the Archer Law Offices, Adam Elias of Elias and Gonzalez Law Office, and of course, Mr. Steve Woods of Edward R. Woods Mechanical Contractors, who is a chartered member of our Rotary Club. One thing, upon conclusion, the photographer of the hospital has asked that we gather around the sign. He would like to take a group photo for everyone. I would encourage anyone who hasn't been to visit the site at night. It's breathtaking. I think it is a reminder of the eternal light our nation is in this world, which is often so dark and foreboding. It also recalls the eternal fight between light and darkness in this world. In short, it calls to mind the words of the poet Dylan Thomas. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage against the dying of the light. Next, and lastly, Mr. Dennis Ionata of the Buglers Across America will now perform America the Beautiful and Taps. Upon completion, please take time to walk through the flags and enjoy the story of America. Thank you. Thanks again. Enjoy your day.